Just have to look at Stonewall. Hey, Jeanette,
Hello.
how is the petition gathering going for the Nolan Sullivan recall?
Well, I think they had an issue and they have to start again, is what I think. So,
Oh, darn.
Good.
yeah.
Oh,
I know that was part of what was happening with the Benicia School Board recall,
Oh,
but I think they did finally get their act together after maybe the second or third time and got enough signatures. You know, it's not rocket science, but people seem to have a lot of problem with it, which is
Right.
good
right.
because there's hundreds of these recalls by Republicans across the country.
Well, we just had this thing on our city council about this liquor store in my district. And so I didn't want it. And it'd been on the agenda like 3 times. It's just kind of this thing that wouldn't go away. And because there's 3 other liquor stores right there on that corner. And so the afternoon of the meeting, the side that wanted the liquor store turned in like 10 pages of signatures. And we got it like at 4 o'clock and the meeting started at 6 o'clock. But I wanted to look at all their signatures. And of their 50 signatures, only 6 of them were from my district. And, you know, there were about 20 of them that were not even in Vacaville. So I was able to say to the other council members, you know, you might not have had a chance to check this because we just got it at 4 o'clock, but I did check every single signature on there. And I don't think that all these other people should be saying we need a liquor store in this district if they don't even live here. So finally, we did get it voted down 4-3. So it was pretty damn close. So.
Yikes.
so what district are you in?
I'm in 6.
Yeah, what area of Vacaville does that cover?
It's the south part of Vacaville. So basically it's the Travis School District border. So it's south of Alamo and east of Peabody.
Oh, okay. Hey, Margie.
Hi.
I
Okay.
Sorry about that. I had a work call that ran over with my boss. And I'm gonna make you alternate host because I thought this was set to let you guys come on anytime.
Well, yeah, and I did last meeting, but I couldn't find the link, and I mean Jeanette couldn't find it either. So
I had to go all the way back to February.
Yeah,
oh,
it's the same link as always.
well, I was, you know, I put in, I don't know, I thought, is there, and I ended up going to the bylaws committee.
It shows up on my calendar. So when I just that's what I went to. But
well, my
Yeah.
calendar doesn't show up.
Well, were you late, Tom? Was that the problem?
Yeah, I was late. I had a
Oh,
work
okay.
call that ran over, but no, it was set to let you guys come in, or I thought it was set to let you guys come in anytime without me.
Yeah,
So
and
I shouldn't.
know I did last time, but I
Yeah.
couldn't find it.
I don't know. Something's going on with Zoom.
They did update some stuff because I'm like, ooh, the bells and whistles look different.
Or maybe the bells are whistles and the whistles are bells now.
all right. So now
All right, well, let's call this meeting to order.
yeah.
I want to show you my Stop the Recall sticker. I got a big stack of them from the state party.
Oh, cool.
So if anybody needs them, we'll talk about that later. So
I put in the back of Chris's truck, I taped a thing to the window. So it was.
well, now you can have this. Yeah, because they have these as printable, but who can print this on their home computer with all this red and black? That's,
Oh,
you'd use
yeah,
a whole cartridge of ink in one shot.
oh, well,
So anyway, I have these picked up for us. Okay, I was just telling the vice chairs, I've added a fundraiser. They are going to talk about a fundraiser to the agenda for today. And I want to talk about insurance because we need an update on that. So those are the additional items. So, so first of all,
just be careful. Joe and Kamala are watching.
Okay. You're doing a great job, Joe and Kamala. And don't listen to all those naysayers. Good grief. So, so recall events. So I've been going to the farmer's market and in Vacaville, and it'll be better now that there's going to be a date, now that we have a date, the 14th. But I picked up materials from the state party. So, Thomas, let me know when you want to start going in Vallejo, or if someone else wants to go to Vallejo.
Okay, I'll be coming. Can I pick up tomorrow? Because I've got to go to Davis in the morning for work, and I can stop by and pick up material.
Okay, great, perfect.
And Vernell's hand is up.
Vernell.
You made me, I have 2 baskets here on your way to Davis. If you,
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what time. I got a medical appointment, but, oh God, you don't mess with an old lady. I forgot what my hand was up for. I forgot my thought.
Recall?
Oh, is anyone manning the Fairfield farmer's market? Is there a booth there, a stand, a table?
Not yet. So
Wow.
maybe we can work on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we need to talk to the Northern Dem Club and see.
Yeah,
I'm
in
sorry.
fact, I'll talk to them on Monday. They're having a meeting, and nearly, I think everyone got an invitation because they have the Secretary of State is coming, so they've invited everyone to come and.
No, the Attorney General.
Oh, Attorney General. That's right.
Bona, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, be sure to come. If you're not a member, you need to tell Jeannie in advance.
So Vernell, just one quick follow-up. I'll be coming back. I'm going up there for our 8 o'clock meeting, but I'll be coming back through midday.
I should be back. I should be back home by then. I'll check.
Okay.
I'll double check.
Okay, I'll send you an email and get your contact.
Okay.
Or we can rendezvous on the side of the road.
Yeah. So you put it on your front porch.
Yeah, the afternoon is good.
Okay.
Okay. And so we need to get going with all our events, and I actually don't think it would hurt to have a rally somewhere if we want to think about planning it, just to get Democrats together. So I don't know if anybody's really thought about it. I mean, I did find about that we could go to Peña Adobe.
Or what about if we can get Gavin, we can have a mega rally at the fairgrounds.
Oh. Fairgrounds.
I mean, they're not busy.
So,
The county, well, how much would that cost? We have to
we'll have to
figure out how much that would cost.
Yeah. But they've not been busy, so I don't think there's a problem. And if we can get on the calendar, I can reach out to Mike Iokimedes over there and find out.
okay.
He's on the board, right? Yeah.
Just he's on the board. What date? Because they still do I think they're doing the fair.
I thought they did the virtual fair already.
I don't know. That's why we need to find out like a date.
Yeah.
Well, it's September. So
I know, it's like we
rather
don't
quick.
have a ton of time. So.
No, in fact, the recall election is 2 days after the United Dems annual fundraiser too.
Oh.
Oh, the picnic?
Yeah.
Is that available to buy tickets?
It will be.
Well, we'll give you materials for your, all the events. Let's make sure everybody has Stop the Recall materials. And Tom, did you have a meeting with the strategy committee about how to handle? Yeah,
we are meeting tonight at 6:30 after this one.
Okay, and it's basically you're planning, what do we do if someone else gets a recall?
Yeah, we're getting together to do that. It's not me planning it. It's the
But
committee.
your committee, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, and you haven't elected a chair, but you're setting it up.
Yeah, I'm just
So
facilitating.
you don't have any report right now.
No, other than that, we're meeting at 6:30.
Okay. So, and Bridget is setting up, headquarter type activities for the Gavin Newsom recall, which are phone banks and texting. So there isn't actually all that much overlap between your two committees. There is a bit, but
Well, what we're meeting about is the logistics of
you're
the
meeting about the
monthly
logistics.
meeting.
And she's planning just, activities and going to get back to me on that. Plus we have our farmers markets that we're doing for sure.
Mhm.
What about future meetings? I have your name down here for future meetings. Was there, did that group get together to plan future meetings for the central
Oh,
committee?
that's
Oh,
what I
that's-
thought you were talking
Oh,
about.
that's the one you're doing. No, there's another one, maybe Tiffany was chairing that one, but it's another one where we were, the Republicans are collecting signatures about Nolan Sullivan and
Oh, I said it'd be on that
Lisa
committee,
and
but
what
not,
to do, that strategy. So,
yeah, I said I'd be on that committee. I didn't say I'd chair it.
yeah, so,
But yeah, I'm happy to be on it because we're
Okay,
doing that with Stonewall. I think Kelly was involved in that too.
I'll go back up
Yeah.
to the list. We just need someone to call the meeting, the first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I
I
can
think-
set up a meeting.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think Kelly said that she could, she would let us know where they're at in the process.
Right.
I said I wanted to be a part of the meeting, just for help with the strategy and then just trying to figure out what we're going to do, because this is going to obviously be something that the Republicans are going to continue to try to do, and how us as a central committee are going to support it, not just for Nolan, but for future Democrats. So that's the conversation I want to have.
Yeah, that's what
Around what this looks like, not just for Nolan, but in the event that others are going to be recalled, and they are. That's kind of where I was looking at.
Yeah.
Jeanette's hands up.
Jeanette,
I was just gonna say, because I don't think everyone was on at the very beginning, that Nolan, they had a problem with the signatures, and so then they're gonna have to start gathering signatures again because they turned them in and they didn't have the appropriate information. So that is where that is right now.
yeah. So, but I think Tiffany described pretty well what we decided to have a committee that would kind of come up with a strategy for any recall efforts that might happen in Solano County. So we just have some kind of a, what do we do if they qualify? Or maybe to prevent it from qualifying, I don't know. So hopefully that group will get together. And then, so you're, Thomas, the meeting about deciding if on in-person meetings and how many and so forth, that's happening after this.
Tonight, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I have legislative committee on there. I brought it up at the last meeting, but we didn't actually, follow up and get people to volunteer. So I'm putting it on the agenda for July. And I have heard from a couple of people that would like to join. So I just wanted to let you know that because if it doesn't come up during the meeting, someone doesn't say, I move that we have this, then it doesn't happen. But we can, if it's on the new business, then for sure people can sign up. And the people that have expressed an interest will know how to sign up. So that's for reviewing legislation that we might want to back, rather than having things just pop up as they come. So we're a little more prepared. We're just trying to be a little more organized and more prepared for what happens at our meetings. So the next thing I have on there is support for allied organizations. And I know maybe that isn't clear what I was talking about, but because it came up that there's a labor picnic and, should we get tickets? And I just thought we should talk about that as a group before this will come up again. And, I don't feel that we're in a position to be giving money to other organizations. Some of these organizations have hundreds of people. I mean, let's just talk about labor. They have hundreds of people and they have a monthly dues. So that's a lot more money than we have with our little, $35 a year of 35 people. So, yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, I think we can do something. So Tiffany, yeah, you have a comment?
Yeah, and so, this just kind of goes back to the Democratic Party supports labor.
Yeah.
The CLC is our central labor council, period, point blank. They have, over the years, when we've had the crab feed, I know they have bought tickets, tables, made donations. I mean, they, et cetera, et cetera. They've always supported this central committee in whatever our endeavors have been. And my only thing is, yes, the awards banquet is next Saturday. We may not be able to get a table. I don't know what the availability is yet, but I think we should support our union brothers and sisters as a organization, because they have done the same for us multiple times, whether it's just purchasing an ad or something to be acknowledged. And if we can't do it this time around, we need to, be supportive of that organization. And again, I understand that there are limits to what we can do as an e-board, but if we were to create a budget to work from for the year, we could work something like that into it for things that we may want to do as a committee. And that's completely up to the committee. And again, I get the relationship between the Labor Council and certain members of this committee are very individual, but we can't look at that as that's your individual thing. As an organization, that's all I care about. And that's a part of the Democratic platform, is to support unions. And our union brothers and sisters absolutely deserve our support. And we need to figure out a way to bridge that gap. So again, congratulations to Morgan and Jeanette, on your awards and recognition through the CLC. But if we can't do it this time around, I think we definitely need to create a budget and just figure out how we're going to support not just labor, but any allied organization that we've always supported. And if they're in alignment with the Democratic platform, then fine. So that's all I have to say about that. And then Jeanette's hand was up.
Okay, Jeanette.
Right. I just wanted to say also congratulations to Tiffany, because Tiffany got an award too. And the awards that people are being recognized, me and Tiffany, I think, are for Democratic, for your Democratic efforts and for the Democratic Party. And Morgan, yours is for a business or something, isn't it? So I did see yesterday that it's in a new venue, which is really a nice place, I think. And they were like, you can't buy anything at the door. So I'm not sure what their deal is for buying tickets. I did buy myself a ticket, but I am not going to be able to be there because I am going to be out of town. And this is in lieu of, last year they had to cancel it all. But I also agree with what Tiffany had to say, because they're supporting people for their democratic values. And, they do support us for the crab feed and other things. So I just feel like we can't just say, well, we don't have any money to support you, since we did have that fundraiser to raise funds for doing things like that. So I think we need to be a mutual agreement with different organizations.
And Wanda Williams and myself, we bought tickets. We'll be in attendance.
Well, I mean, I think we should get information out and make sure that all our people know about it and how to buy a ticket. And I think we could do something like, if we have a table the center
Yeah.
committee kick in the, and
Mhm.
like we've done with the clubs where when we
Mhm,
didn't have
mhm.
money in Northern Solano, we could say, oh, we've got these 8 people that are going to buy a ticket.
Can we sit
And
together? Yeah.
we'll chip in the $100 to make it
Mhm.
able to buy a table. I think we could do something. We just have to be a little more organized, rather than proposing at the last minute. Like Tiffany was saying, we need a budget. So we know these things don't come out of the blue. But I think if it's for an organization, if we all have the information, then we could say, hey, everybody, here's a allied organization, go to the, go to the picnic. And I don't really know how we get this information out earlier, because I didn't really know about it until the center committee meeting. And actually, I still haven't seen a flyer from about this. So
It's been out a while. I mean, I have seen it for a long time, but I just
Yeah.
didn't put it out to everyone, but because
Right. Yeah.
anyway. And G. Anthony Phillips is the one who was sending it out, and he's come to our stuff. I mean, I think he was at our fundraiser too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he was at the
getting a
last.
legacy. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. He was at the last central committee meeting as well. So he's been attending and supportive. And
Yeah.
so again, it just kind of goes back to, let's figure out how to support one another, and whoever those allied organizations are, let's just support them as much as we can, within our jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm. So, but what do we do now? Right now, do you have the flyer? We'll just send it to everyone and encourage them to go.
Hey, I'll look at it, and I'll have to see. We just got one like yesterday, the day before. I think it said that there's no tickets at the door, but I'll see if it says if tickets are still available. I'll send it out later today, just to say here's if central committee. If you're interested in this, here's something going on.
Thank you, Jeanette.
Okay. So, and then, and really, like I said, in the future, if somebody could say we'd like to have a table, or if we get ahead on these things. So if we know about it, we can talk about it at e-board, and then we're ready. So anyway, so I think it's probably before our meeting, Jeanette.
It's the 7th. It's next Saturday.
Yeah. So we'll send out.
So I'll just send the thing out tonight if it's still available.
Okay.
So how much are tickets?
$50.
It's like 35. Yeah, $45, $50 or something like that.
Okay, because according to bylaws, we can do $100 between meetings. That's a limit that we have for dispersing funds. That's not that much. I mean, it's 7.04 says that any executive member can do that. We have an expense account of $100 per between meetings. But
Okay.
so I mean, how much is a sponsorship?
I'm
Or is
looking
that
at
too
it right
late?
now.
Yeah, let me open my email. I got something from them from Shirley yesterday. Let me see.
$60. It is $60.
Yeah, for a general
Can you
ticket.
hear me?
And
Yeah.
60.
Yeah.
So
It's $60, and it says they're almost sold out. So I'll send that out tonight, and
what is the sponsorship level?
they're like a lot higher.
yeah, it's like $700 for. Yeah, I mean, if you let me share the screen, I can just kind of show you what the flyer looks like.
Hold on.
$700 is the cheapest one.
Mhm.
The cheapest, really? Wow.
Yeah. So can y'all see my screen?
Woo!
Look, we got a new venue, new prices. They trying to get
What
that
is the
COVID.
venue?
The Napa Ruins, the
Oh,
Napa Valley
South
Ruin.
Napa. Oh.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see the new venue personally. So.
Called the
Yeah.
ruins for a reason.
So scan back up there, scroll back up there, Tiffany. So doesn't it say like
Mhm.
Democratic? So
Uh-huh.
I thought it
Democratic
said,
Center. Mhm. Morgan, the same thing. You
oh,
know.
right. So I thought that was a thing, but I guess it says labor partnership. Yeah. Yeah. And so, okay.
All right.
Yeah, so I mean, we could send out something saying a number of our members are being honored at this, lunch, this award banquet. So we really encourage people to come.
I'd like to, definitely send labor council. I know we only have $100 within our purview between meetings, but in good faith, I'd like to send them something.
What
That's
would be respectable? I mean,
Yeah.
$100, is that all we have to spend, or is that a
Oh.
continuum?
the bylaws state that the executive board or any member thereof designated by the membership shall have the discretion to disperse to the disbursement of funds not to exceed $100 between two regularly called meetings without prior authorization of the central committee. So either as a board, we can do $100, or as a member, it's that any member, to me, that says that each of us could do $100. So I don't know. I mean, that seems.
I just think if we do $100, that's a nice, it's better than nothing. And I think that would be, at least the central committee's participating a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then again, I'm gonna keep saying this until we pick up on it. We really need to do a planning meeting around a budget for the next year so that we have an idea of what we are actually spending, propose things, so that when we roll up on stuff like this, we can look and say, this is financially feasible, it's not, and just move forward with it.
Yeah, and if we in that planning we state that there are we have the committee will spend, I don't know, $2,000 annually for this kind of thing, then that's the pre-authorization piece.
Right, and
Right.
then we're set. We don't have to have it.
Yeah.
So
And then-
now, shall I put that on the budget, that we would like to have a budget planning meeting, or Morgan, do you want to? I mean, I guess we already have a committee, finance committee. So Morgan, you could just put that in your report, call a group together. Would you like to do that? Or do you want me to say something, put it on the new business?
And Lynette's joined us. Maybe she could clarify about if each member could do $100, or if the if we could only do $100.
What is this for?
It's for the Solano County, the CLC awards banquet.
We can do $100 from the organization, and then you can all do individually what you like. But as an organization, you can do $100.
Okay, because it says the executive board or any member thereof designated by the membership shall have the discretion of the disbursement of funds not to exceed $100.
That's for the central committee. What I do as an individual is my business.
No, I know, but I was thinking if we wanted to do it I'm trying to split the hair. If we wanted to do more than $100 as a central committee, individually, we could each go in and do that and say, we're doing this for the central committee, $100. And
right,
then
but all you can take out of the budget is $100, and then we could submit if we're going to give more money through the central committee, and a check can be written, because they were I don't even know the word I want to say, but a pass through with the central committee to give more to the CLC.
Okay.
Did that answer your question?
So let's give $100 and encourage people to buy tickets.
Yeah, so Paula has her hand up.
Paula's hand is up.
Paula?
I just wanted to kind of support what Lynette is saying. The clear intent of that bylaw is that the e-board has $100 limit between meetings. It wasn't per member. That's all, which I think there's kind of general agreement on that, correct?
I would think so.
Yeah.
The central committee can't tie my hands as an individual, what I
Oh,
want to do. Or
absolutely
what,
not.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So so
absolutely not.
Paula and I are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Mhm. Morgan?
Morgan, yeah.
I was gonna say, Chair, I'm happy to call for the fundraising committee meeting so we can come up with a budget. Or not
Okay.
finance.
So do you want
sorry.
me to put it as under committees, or do you want to use it in
Yeah,
your treasurer's report?
That's what I was gonna do, but whichever you prefer is fine.
Okay. Maybe I'll put it on with the committees, then it, I won't forget. Okay.
So, I just want to clarify, I just really want to clarify something. So what Morgan is creating is a budget for 2021, 2022.
No,
Okay,
no.
that's what I need.
No,
Okay,
no, no. That would
Okay.
be for the committee. I'm just letting people know God, I hope I'm not gonna be the only one. I think it's mandated that there's other people that gotta be there. I think one of you vice chairs might have to be in on it. No one person
That's-
should have to do that.
Right.
okay, that's what I wanted clarity on. And is this going to be separate than what I've proposed as a e-board retreat to plan out activities, or are we going to charge the subcommittees with bringing us back something to look at and then putting a dollar amount to whatever they're suggesting?
I don't know how they've
So,
done
for
the budget,
example,
but I think it would probably be. I mean, that sounds cool to me. That'd be something for us to discuss. But anything to get more people involved would be better, I would think.
Lynette has her hand up.
Lynette?
I like the idea of committees that are functioning committees to say, we need $5,000 to run our committee and send it to the budget to committee to take under advisement. And then as they build their budget, to let us know what we really need to start looking towards our fundraising and that kind of stuff. Now, they may not get their $5,000 this year. You might get $5, but at least we know what we as an organization need to be looking towards. If our one committee says, to really do an effective job, we need to have $5,000, then that the onus is on the council, the central committee, to start raising that kind of money to be able to be more effective. So I think recommendations, and if we don't hear from a committee, we can give them a minimum amount and let them move forward. That's my 2 cents.
okay, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, and I was gonna, we have 4 standing committees. We have the bylaws, the finance, fundraising, and technology. And then there's the audit committee that's recurring. And the finance committee is already called out in our bylaws, or at least in the standing rules, that they would come up with an annual budget for the central committee as the treasurer as the chair. So correct that whip, Morgan.
Okay, so we'll go with that. And if we want to propose something different, then we'll go from there, but at least we'll have a start.
I just want to make sure the infrastructure is laid out so that people know what it is, and that there's, to know that we have the bones to do this. That's it. And I like Lynette's idea of, going ahead and, having the committees propose a budget to us so that, for example, if one of the, like, for example, Tom, if you say we need to raise $10,000 for technology upgrades, at least me and Vernil know that, hey, a portion of the money that we're working on for fundraising needs to go to X, Y, and Z. And so that we can, do what we need to do to make sure that it happens. So I'm okay with that. I just wanted clarification that there was a structure that we could work from.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, and that's a good idea, Tiffany, because then for the next cycle how much to raise.
right. Well, and what you can have for,
Mm-hmm.
what's budgeted for each area.
It's basically looking at needs versus ask. you know, because you have needs and then there's what you want to ask for. I need a car, but I want a Tesla.
So, okay, well, good. Thank you, Morgan, for getting that going. So next on the agenda is the new club. Lynette, I don't know if you've done anything. I just thought I just put it on here because I'm wondering what's going on with the new club, but I don't think you've had a meeting
There's
yet,
nothing, yeah, there's nothing going on with the new club. They sent their materials to you and me.
Uh-huh.
And so they're waiting for the bylaws committee to meet. And so I think I gave you, I think I
Yeah,
gave
you're
you
meeting
that.
on the 20th. So I
Yeah,
think,
so we're gonna meet on the 20th and go over the checklist of what they have to have. And hopefully they'll get approved. But that's all I know about a new club that has submitted their materials, because they submitted to you and CC'd me.
yeah.
And so I'll make sure that everybody gets that sent out to
Yeah.
them. And then we're also, Tiffany is reviewing the recording from the presentation that Karen gave us about what the endorsement committee is recommending be added to the bylaws. So we'll be reviewing that. And then I haven't heard anything else that needed to be under review for the bylaws committee. Those are the two things I know. Paula, was there anything else that we hadn't dealt with?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, and so what the agenda will say is other, in case someone comes up with something that we forgot. But those are the two. Endorsement was pending because we never got to it, and then we just got the stuff for this new club. And that's it.
All right.
And so on that note, Tiffany, you were asking about videos. Karen gave that presentation in a general meeting, not in a bylaws meeting.
She came to
Okay,
the
can you,
bylaws. She did both. She did both.
Did she do it? Then she would have done it in the November one.
Okay.
it
Because-
wasn't done. So I've reviewed the videos that you shared with me. Tom, thanks for doing that, by the way.
Yeah.
And I watched them tirelessly all day yesterday, and there was no mention of that. So if you could send whatever general meeting that she made, I think it had to have been the September or
It could have been the
October.
October meeting. Could have been the
Okay.
October one because.
Okay,
But,
if you could send that over so I can just review it, because I got to take, quick notes on that so that we have the language. It was just about a language change and a few of the endorsement portions of it, and she outlined very clearly what
I think
she wanted.
I have a document that she did as well, and I think she sent that in as a report too.
Okay,
From
if
the
you could
committee,
send that
but-
to, if you could just send that to me so I can get it to Lynette so that we can put it up
Or
for
just
the.
send it to me directly. That'll be fine. Well, send it to both of us because she's going to check the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a link to the monthly one because it's up on YouTube that you can look at. I can make my mouse work. I'll email it to you, that way it's not in the chat and disappears. No, yeah, that was Karen's last meeting. No,
It was kind of sad. It was kind of sad to watch. Yeah, it's kind of sad to watch the videos, and I'm like, I got a little teary eyed. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. So the event calendar. So Jeannie suggested that that maybe Tom may make a screenshot showing the calendar and how to put things on the calendar for everyone, so that everyone is reviewing, oh, these activities are coming up, or these clubs have these things happening, so that everyone knows how to use the calendar.
Yeah. What I can do is I can also put it on the front page. Now that we got the recall stuff as the little thing.
Okay.
So I can put. I mean, that's where we want it. But it's on the website, and any meetings that are social media driven show up on the right hand side of the
So would you be willing to review that with everybody? That's what Jeannie had suggested.
Actually, I can do better than that. I recorded that meeting and I have them where I showed the clubs how to do it, and I'll just make that, I'll send that link out.
Okay,
Because
so.
everyone on this committee
And
has
we
access.
also want everyone to go and look at it. You know, people that
Yeah,
are in the club or whatever, we want everyone to look at it. We want them
yeah.
to know, you know, that.
So I'll send Jeanette a link that she can send out to say, look at the calendar or whatever. And maybe we add that to the signature. But I'll send the report out for or the link out to the meeting, because I gave a demo on how to do it.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll send that to try and get that used a little more. So.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, redistricting. So Tiffany, are you willing to make a little presentation about redistricting?
So what I can do because I'm under the Brown Act for this, for the county, what I can do is I can continue to provide you guys with dates and times of the community outreach meetings that we're having locally, and encourage as much input as possible. What we need right now is actual input for communities of interest. And again, I can drop the website for you guys to be able to do that. And the meeting dates and times. And also the same thing with the state redistricting. I can make those meeting dates available along with the links, but I can't go into details about anything. I'm just there to listen and take input. But the biggest thing we want now is input, because we have to go before the county in September with a report on where we're at. And so if we could send out a blurb or something to our Central Committee members around the dates, just a link to the dates and times, and encouraging them to put in public comments. I do know the mapping tool that is available on the redistricting site for Solano County is supposed to be up and active in the next couple of days. It's not up and active right now, so people can start playing with the map tool and starting to redraw some lines and being able to submit at that point in time as well. But I'll be more than happy to say the same thing I'm saying to you.
To everybody.
At the Central Committee, because that's all I can say.
That's fine. That would be good. I'm not sure exactly what to say to this guy that was asking me the question. So of course, I'm not sure whether he was asking about the state redistricting or the county redistricting.
So yeah, and I didn't want to respond because I'm not the chair. So what I would suggest that you do, Margie, is I would direct him to the redistricting for Solano County, and then also it's called We Draw Lines. That's the one for the entire state of California. And the gentleman that was at the Rally Up event, is one of the people that's over our region, and we can link him to our state rep for the area as well.
Okay.
Tom, go ahead.
Yeah, and I got in the mail a flyer, bilingual flyer about the redistricting that had everything about it, and I was just gonna get a PDF of that and send it to him, because I mean, and it has all the dates and the Zoom information and all that kind of stuff for when you guys are meeting. But I think his request was around, are there Democrats that has skin in the game? And so that, Margie, that's something you need to say, yeah, we got some Democrats from the committee, because we got Tiffany and
Alice Matias, Cassandra, Mina Diaz. That's it.
How many people are on that committee?
It's 14 of us.
Oh, that's the only Democrats?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Is it for that district?
Kind of a formula, right? For so many Democrats, so many Republicans, and so many declined to state.
Yeah. No party preference. So, Lynette, you're
Lynette's
recognized.
hand. Yeah.
Okay, Lynette.
This is just a general question. I understand that can you do presentations for like organizations? So like if a club wanted you to come in to talk about the process, can you do that or do you have to notice it?
No, I can't do that, but what we have been instructed to do is to bring all of you guys or encourage all organizations to attend one of the many community meetings. And on Saturdays, we're doing in a couple of in-person ones, and those locations will be posted soon.
Okay, thank you.
Brunella, we're getting some feedback from your channel.
Okay. Okay, well, next, I have trainings. I'm still waiting to hear from the state that they're setting up their trainings. And they've redone their site, but I don't know if you all went to it because I thought, oh, good. And their site is still not really all that easy to use. You can click on action and find the mobilize, but if you click on action at the top, it says not done. And if you click on action somewhere else, it works. And then if you go to things that say this is happening soon. So anyway, I'm kind of waiting to hear a little more about the state party setting up their training website. Tiffany?
I just got an email from the state party about the Jedi series. So that was just sent out about an hour ago from the state party. And there's a place where you can register today. So I can forward that to y'all. I'll forward it to Jeanette so she can see it. Maybe she got it too.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, that'll be good because they said they were setting that up. So, all right. And hopefully there'll be more things for us to look at. So I put out the July agenda. I don't know if it seems like we always change things at the last minute, but you can let me know if I have anything you don't want. Oh, you probably do. On the committees, do I have fundraiser? I added fundraiser, so you can make a report.
Excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
I would
Yes.
like the executive board to please go to doublegood.com. It's about the fundraisers that Tiffany and I are recommending. They
Right.
sell popcorn online and it's made to order. I know organizations have made several $1,000s, and we don't have any. It's so clean because they take care of all the financing of it, and we'll just get 50% of what we sold.
Girl, I'm off carbs.
Well, you're selling this, not
That's
buying.
okay.
You're
So
selling.
Tom,
Eating it.
order some and send it to my house. I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the latest thing and quick, and you only have 4 days. It's a pop-up store that you attach everyone that's in your contact list, and they only have 4 days to make their order, send it in, and we're done. And they're done. Everything else is calculated on the other end.
All right. So did you have a
please look
time
at
frame you were going to propose to do this? You could bring it up at the meeting and say we'll do it August 1 through.
If I can, I thought maybe I had to do a motion and a vote or something. Do they want to do it?
That's what I'm thinking. Well, are you prepared with that? Well, we'll look at it, and then I think if we say something pretty soon after our meeting, maybe that
Yes.
would.
Can't the fundraising committee just do this?
Well, we can take the recommendation straight to the central committee.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, but I just wanted
was
the
like fun.
e-board to be on board with it. That's all.
Okay.
I'm a communication, everybody knows.
I'm on board with it, especially the caramel chocolate one.
Jeanette.
Go ahead, Jeanette.
So I just glanced at it real quickly because I hadn't seen it. So have you had their popcorn or is
Oh,
it good?
yes, it comes
Because-
fresh.
Yes.
It
Well, it
still
says
has
fresh
to
because
cook.
it's made in Chicago, so I didn't know how fresh it is if it starts in Chicago.
Oh,
No,
Jeanette,
it's very fresh.
I ordered like 4 from a couple of my friends that are in different organizations, and it got here so fast that I couldn't even get the box open fast enough to finish devour. It's so good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's very good.
I'm excited.
It's definitely gourmet. It's definitely gourmet. So
Okay,
that's
so
all I
this
have
is
for
wrong.
fundraising.
Okay, this is just wrong that they have this as a name for popcorn. Waddle you do for cookies. Waddle, really? That's what I'll do when I eat this damn popcorn is waddle.
Yeah, yeah. So I just wanted you to review it, but this is where we're going to recommend to the full central committee.
It looks
As
good.
a quick fundraiser, like I said, it's only a 4-day window to get the
Yeah.
orders
Yeah.
in.
And well,
Okay,
we need to plan it, and then for August, let's pick the week before our meeting and say, okay, we're gonna do this, and the end will be at the meeting or the day before the meeting, and then we'll know how much we raised.
We can
You
talk
know,
about it.
and
Okay.
then
Yeah.
just blast the hell out of it.
But yeah, it's a quick and
one-
dirty fundraiser. If people,
Okay.
if you participate as a team.
And what I
Thank
liked
you.
about it too, what I liked about it too, also I wanted to say that I think it was the Vallejo alumni chat, the Deltas did it, each member had a goal, right? And so
Oh,
their executive board had to raise so much money, right? So I think a couple members of their executive board each had to raise like $2,000 to meet their minimum, and then other members, had a goal too. So the way it categorizes it outlines, if we want to do it that way, if we just want to do something general, I think we'd be able to do that. But it was just really cool because it's like, hey, it's a competition. I outraised you.
Yeah, it's the leaderboard. They have a leaderboard.
Yeah, they got like 30.
fun. Hey, speaking of fundraisers, I gave $100, actually $300 to the Central Committee for a photography package. And I'm kind of ready to ask for a refund because I haven't heard anything about it. And it's lucky that it's me and not a member of the public.
Calvin communicated with you.
No,
I just saw the email.
I communicated with him. You sent stuff and I said, Calvin,
Okay, well, I'll tag Calvin. I'm gonna just be honest. His mother and brother both passed within
well, I
weeks
do
of each
know
other.
that, but
Yeah. So I'll tag him
if
again.
that's the case, I'm willing to wait, but just not hearing anything, and they already took my money out of my credit card, so.
Okay, I'll send him an email right now.
Yeah.
For the gumbo dinner, we're doing it in December because I reached out and set up everything with Shane over in Benicia that won that.
Okay.
So I think, and then I gotta pick up my basket. Sorry to know.
Okay. I just had one other thing is Morgan, have we paid for our insurance? Or do I need to do some more research on that? Is Morgan still here?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry. So I just emailed Unique to ask because the last email that I have between us was I asked you what level we ought to buy.
Yeah.
But I don't know that we ever decided. But I checked the link that you had sent me and it's still active. And Unique is usually pretty good about getting back.
Okay.
And I think I may have BCC'd you so that you'll be, she can, when she replies.
Just so we're on it. So I'm wondering, I think it starts in August. So, maybe we'll just pay it in August. I don't think we're having any in-person things in July. So, but anyway, let's just be on the ball and make sure we have insurance. We don't want something to happen and then there we are.
So just so we can level set on that, this Delta variant can make even people with a vaccine sick, and it's highly contagious. Let's just think about that. I know we all want to get together. I went running, and then now I'm hearing all this stuff about Delta variant. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? So, and we have a lot of, how do I say this politically correct? Generational members that would not be nice to get sick with.
Or heavily impacted health wise, and that could be heavily impacted, a compromised immune system, and they're not just actually aged, they're from old to young.
Because I'm young, damn it.
That's
What
right.
I was about to say, I've got an immune thing going on in my house. So like, if y'all meet up, I hope you have an online version for us that.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's,
you
I
can.
mean, we're gonna be talking about that at 6:30 if
Yeah.
anyone wants to join. But yeah, because this Delta variant's scary, and it's but
Yeah.
So I think that's even more reason to have a insurance policy
Yeah,
for
I think we
indemnification.
should have an insurance policy, so. Okay, well, good. I'm glad you're getting a hold of Unique and they'll give us the scoop on what we need to do. Okay, is there anything else that someone wanted to bring up?
I totally forgot. Oh, well.
All right, well, we're gonna look at the double good. And you're gonna send something about redistricting that we could
Yeah.
send to people.
Yeah, and I can't
Jeanette's
get off
sending-
this popcorn side. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, Jeanette's gonna send us the link about the CLC. And
And then
Morgan,
Tom,
you're
send me-
gonna back to we decided $100 we would send. So I guess actually Morgan, you know how to do that? You have a mechanism to send $100 to the labor group for their.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think it's just, we'll have to, someone will, yeah, I can do that. And then, yeah, I can get a reimbursement for it. Yep.
So
I mean, as long as we're all on record as everyone approving that I do that,
Right.
I feel comfortable doing it.
This is
okay,
and I'm
because
sorry to cut across. Do we have a voucher system for reimbursement? And then when we do need checks written, we don't have a checkbook. How do we send out money?
Checks come from River City.
Okay,
So
are we on?
every payment is sent through them, and then they send out.
So we could request River City to send a check to the CLC?
Yeah, that's probably the safest way.
okay,
No.
so we'll do that.
Fastest.
Full beans, thank you.
No worries. Thank you all.
Okay. All right. So,
So
all right.
I'll send the e-board that link to the meeting at 6:30 tonight, and like in
Okay.
a few minutes.
All right. Okay, well, thanks, everybody. Good to see you all.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, be safe.